Chaos as Dublin Airport closes following escalation of Ryanair dispute. Latest opinion poll predicts Labour will win both by-elections next week. And Irish pride restored as the French win by just 2 points at the Stade de France. Good evening. Air travel in and out of the country continues to face major disruption with the closure of Dublin Airport. In a statement a short time ago, Ryanair said the airport would reopen at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It was closed at 1 o'clock today when firemen providing emergency services left their posts as part of official action taken by SIP2 in the Ryanair baggage handlers dispute. The union says over 2,000 staff went off duty. This evening, SIP2 officials had talks with members of the inquiry team set up by the government to investigate the dispute. SIP2 described the meeting as positive. Tonight, the Taoiseach Mary Harney called on all other parties, including Ryanair, to cooperate with the inquiry.
It's been a difficult and frustrating day for thousands of passengers and staff at Dublin Airport. Holidaymakers and business people have been stranded without information since lunchtime, when SIP2 firemen at the airport left their work in support of their striking colleagues. At the pickets outside, the mood was militant and angry.
Never thought it was going to come to this. It shouldn't have come to this. It's not our fault. We don't want to be doing this. We want to be back in work.
SIP2 says over 2,000 of their members are out. Baggage handlers, security, catering and service staff went out early in the morning. Most taximen and buses didn't pass the pickets. For many in the airport, though, it's a difficult wait.
We have to make an emergency flight to Las Palmas. My brother-in-law is very seriously injured and he's on a life support machine in a clinic in Las Palmas. I heard about it yesterday at 12 o'clock and I've been trying to get out to Las Palmas since. I could have travelled last night, but it would have involved a 5-flight connection.
And for others, it's a very personal story.
I'm trying to get home today because I came over yesterday having asked my girlfriend to marry me on Thursday evening and came home to ask my now parents-in-law, new parents-in-law, come soon to say whether it'll be all right. They said yes. I'm trying to get home to ask my parents to see whether they'll approve as well.
Tonight, as pickets remained on duty here at the airport, thousands of stranded passengers are making their own arrangements. Many have returned home. Aer Lingus has accommodated about 300 and there are hundreds others stranded abroad. But there may be a sign of a breakthrough in the dispute.
Earlier today, SIP2 indicated that it would cooperate with the government's inquiry, and in fact late this afternoon a very positive meeting was held between SIP2 and the inquiry team.
What do you think has come out of that meeting, would you say?
Well, at this stage, it is clear for the process to move forward. What is required for Ryanair to engage in the process meaningfully in order that the issues in dispute can be resolved.
Ryanair has announced in the last hour that the airport is to reopen at 7 in the morning. They've asked people to contact their own airlines for information. Aileen O'Mara, RTE News, Dublin Airport.
And I'm joined now from Dublin Airport by our reporter Aileen O'Mara. Aileen, what's the latest on the dispute tonight?
Well, as you heard there in the package, Aileen, it seems that there may be positive signals that a breakthrough could emerge. SIP2 are giving positive indications that they had a meeting with the government's inquiry team today and that there may be something positive coming out of that. They're not saying much more than that. However, they're also saying that Ryanair will have to negotiate with the inquiry team as well, and as yet we have no indication that that's going to happen. All through this dispute and even including today, Ryanair have given us no indication of their thinking on the dispute and what they're going to do about it. So we have no indication of what Ryanair are going to do, and we have, I think, some considerable confusion emerging as well. Ryanair, as you know, in the last while have said they're reopening the airport at 7. However, it's not clear that people will be passing the pickets tomorrow and that there will be an airport in service tomorrow.
Now, you used the word chaos in earlier reports. What's the mood like in the airport itself tonight?
Well, hours ago when I was here for this report, the place was in chaos. People couldn't get their baggage, they couldn't get out of departures, they couldn't get off planes, they couldn't even get tea or coffee or hot food. But this evening now, the mood here tonight is very despondent. There are a lot of people, particularly here from Northern Ireland, who, as they said to me a few minutes ago, should be in Mallorca, should be anywhere but here, sitting in the sun. Instead, they don't even know where they're going to sleep tonight. tonight. Aer Lingus has accommodated 300 people in Dublin tonight, and they've told thousands of others to make their own arrangements. And abroad, as we know as well, there are hundreds of people stranded who couldn't make their way back to Dublin Airport today. And as well, there's quite considerable disbelief that a dispute that started 9 weeks ago over 39 baggage handlers could have turned into a dispute that has actually, for the first time in its history, closed down Dublin Airport over an industrial dispute.
So in general, an air of uncertainty. We're just not sure then when the airport will reopen.
Well, the airport, as Aer Lingus says, will reopen in the morning, but we don't know if any flights will take off or will actually arrive here tomorrow.
OK, Kathleen, or Aileen, sorry, thank you for that.
Raleigh.
The business and employers organisation IBEC has described the closure of the airport as outrageous. John Dunn, IBEC's Director General, said it was intolerable that a dispute involving a small percentage of employees in one company should close the nation's main transport artery. The Taoiseach, Mr Ahern, has also appealed for everyone involved in the dispute to cooperate immediately with the government inquiry. The Fine Gael leader John Bruton said the dispute was symptomatic of the brittle state of social partnership in Ireland, following what he described as the bad tax policies adopted by the government in the budget, while Democratic Left's Eamon Gilmore said the responsibility for the closure must be shared between Ryanair management and the government.